Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I found a nice shady spot out here at Julius Kleiner Park, and I have the Holystone HS600D with me today. I did our first flight with this drone a couple of days ago. I was pleased with it. I thought the video looked quite good, and the drone flew great. Had a couple little issues, but you know, mostly was 100%. So what are we going to do today? I promised you that I would use this drone and take you through all of the intelligent flight modes and some of the other features that it has, because it is a feature-rich drone. It's got a lot of stuff going on with it. So today we're going to do a Waypoint mission, and this thing's got a pretty long battery life. So I'm going to see if I can build kind of a lengthy Waypoint mission here at the park and just see how the drone does. Now, I am not, this will be the first time that I've touched that Waypoint feature on this drone, so it might take me a minute. You'll watch me stumble through part of it, and I don't know all of the features that the Waypoint software has on this particular drone. In other words, I don't know if it can do a point of interest or if you can change the altitude of the drone, etc., while it's doing a Waypoint mission, you know, on the different waypoints along the way. But we're going to find out. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, I've got a screen recorder started, and I've already done the compass calibration. The HS600D requires that you do a compass calibration before each flight. If you look here on the screen recording, you can see in the top right it's saying SD card needs formatting, so we're going to click on that and confirm. That easy. Formatted successfully, and then it shows us how much space there is on the card. We are going to switch to video mode, so we want to go to video here. And we're going to start off in video mode, and then we'll get into that into the Waypoint mission. So, let's take a quick look at the safety menu. 35-meter return to home. That is good. So, I think we're good to go here. Don't see. I'm going to get my. I just did happen to see that I don't have my grid lines on there. Look, we got grid lines now. That's a good thing. And this drone, I'm going to shoot in fully automatic, and it does shoot in 4K 30. I didn't see any other selections on there. It's reporting ready to fly. Yeah, let's go ahead and take off here. So starting recording now, and let's see. I'm gonna just hit the takeoff button without on the app without starting the engine. So there, it just did it automatically. Then I click takeoff, and there it goes. So there's the drone. Let's go ahead and let's bring it around here and get you a look at it. See if we can bring it into the camera here a little bit. There's no obstacle avoidance on this guy, so we should be able to bring it right into the camera here. Bring it over just a little. Trying to drop it down, it doesn't want to go down. It sees the ground, so if I hold that stick down, it'll probably put it into landing mode, so we don't want to do that. But what we do want to do now is do our droney. So let me drop that camera down, see if I can remember to use the gimbal control is very touchy, and there's no adjustment on it, so you have to be really ginger on it, and it's on the opposite side of the controller than what I'm used to. The drone is drifting just a little bit, but and it was doing the same thing to me the other day, so there's a little bit of drift. Okie dokie. Let's do our droney here. Reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And it's doing a nice little droney for us there. Kind of got between the trees a little bit. Let's back it up here. We got some nice looking color on the trees here, so that'll be fun to look at. Yeah, looking good. And I'm not sure what speed mode we're in here. I don't, if it says on the on the app or on the controller. I don't see it. It's got a on the left-hand side of the telemetry on the controller, it says speed, but it doesn't tell you what mode it's in. So I'm going to hit that button. Okay, you know what? I take that back. The bar on the left-hand side of the controller, when I put it, we got 3 beeps there, so to put it into the high-speed mode, and it fully filled that bar then. So it does tell you. I just didn't notice that before. Okay, let's pick up the camera here. God, see, I'm trying to get to the rule of thirds, and it is so sensitive. Really, really hard to get a fine adjustment. But I think that's about as close as we're going to get. So let's go ahead and go into, I'm going to click down there on the left-hand side, those 3 blocks, or 4 blocks, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but we're going to click on that. And I was looking for waypoints, and I see it, but it's not highlighted. So what I'm thinking is I need to stop recording. So we're going to do that. We're going to stop recording right now, and we're going to click on that again, and then look at that. That's highlighted. So you can't initiate any of the intelligent flight modes while the drone is recording. So we click on waypoints here, and look at that. It gives us a circle of waypoints. And I am looking here to see if there is any feature on here that is going to, so let's just experiment here for a second. Let's set one waypoint, and let's hit the trash can, and that should invalid coordinates over 300 meters. So yeah, okay, I hit the trash can and that one disappeared. Okay, so let's put another one here, and let's hit that minus sign. Yeah, and that takes, so what I'm thinking is the trash can will probably, so let's put 2 of them up, and I'm sure the trash can will eliminate both of them, and it did. And if you just hit the minus, let's put 2 of them up again, and if we just hit the minus, it will just, yeah, eliminate the one. So there we go. And the target there, you see, is just going to be the orientation of the map, and then that next to it, the layers, that's just layering the map. So we can touch on that, and you can see it gives a standard, satellite, and hybrid. I'm going to leave it on standard, so let's get out of that. And let's click on that crosshair, whatever it is there. Oh, okay, so that is how you set the waypoints. So if you do the one that's the arrowhead, that is on the drone, and it'll set a waypoint right there. Or no, that just moved that. Okay, no, I'm wrong. That just moved the map to center on the drone. So let's hit the other one and see what happens. Yeah, and that centered us back on the controller. So that's what that does. That centers the map either on the controller or the drone. So easy enough. Again, you know, stumble through this a little bit. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to hit on the gear icon in the top right and see if it gives us, yeah, no, that just takes us right back into the settings menu. Just thought maybe that might give us some additional settings for waypoints. So this is a pretty basic waypoint function on this particular drone. So let's quit messing around. Let's go ahead and set some waypoints here. I'm going to fly this guy kind of in a big circle here. We'll get it right over the top of Carmax, and then, well, yeah, it's moving the circle around here, moving my map around, and let's go over the parking lot, and yeah, it really dropped my circle here. So we're not going to be able to go as far as I had hoped. I'll try and put a waypoint outside of the circle here, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, no, invalid coordinates it says, so it won't do it. Yeah, so I accidentally put that number 9 there. I'm going to erase that. Oh, let's erase it. Yeah, erase that one. And then let's go back over the edge of the street here. And one more. We're going to put up a bunch of waypoints here and see what we get. So, and then I'm going to do one more over. No, I can't go that far. I wanted to go out further into the park, but I cannot. So we're going to go over the pond, and then we're going to come back to us. So that should take this guy a while. So let's go ahead and click go. We're a little over 100 feet high. So let's go ahead and click go. That's plenty high. And start flight route. If I can get that slider to work. Yeah, confirming your flight path. Boy, I'm struggling with this slider, guys. There we go. No, didn't quite take it. Yeah, begin flying. Okay, it took it. So the drone will now go to the first waypoint. It's flying over to the first waypoint. And by the way, we want to start recording. Okay, I had to manually start recording. And let's get back to the map so that we can watch it go through the map here. And like I said, it's going over the top of waypoint number 8. This is going to be a fairly lengthy flight, so we'll see how this guy does. And I'll be watching the battery power on the drone. We've actually got less battery left than I thought. I must not have had a full battery. I didn't look at it when I started. I charged this battery a couple days ago, so it may have partially discharged. So now it's at its first waypoint. We've got a total of 13 waypoints here, so it's on a mission. And how fast is it going? It's going about 16 feet per second. Let me go back to the, I'm going to tell you in metric, it's going about 5 meters per second, which is about 10 miles an hour or so. And again, it's right about 100 feet high or 33, 34 meters high. So it's stopped over the top of Carmax, and then it's going to go out into the empty field there that you see there. And we're still good on battery, so let's see, it's taking its time. It's taking its time. It's kind of paused there. Oh, it stopped recording. That happened. Oh, no, yeah, no, you guys, yeah, it broke up on me is what happened. Okay, I'm going to start recording again. That happened to me the other day. I don't know what's going on. That is a problem. I had this issue the other day. And by the way, that signal breakup that you saw was because I was looking away from the drone. I didn't realize that I was facing the wrong direction. So the breakup on FPV was my fault. In fact, it was between my body and some trees to, yeah, and look at that, it stopped recording again. Man, that's a problem. Is it going to do that when it gets to each waypoint? I don't know. If that's the case, it's not good. So we'll see here as it gets to the next waypoint. Back to the map. Waypoint number 4, which is over the pond. Let's go back to the, and I'm watching very closely to see if it, when it gets to that waypoint, is it gonna stop recording? So it's at that next waypoint. No, it didn't. Man, I'll tell you what, that recording thing is an issue. It did that to me the other day when I was flying it. That is a bug that they're going to have to figure out, and I'll report that to Holy Stone, because that's frustrating as heck. You hit that record button, you want it to continue to record. The first time it happened there, I thought, well, maybe it was because I was kind of blocking the signal to the drone, but beyond that, I don't know what the reason would be. So let's go back to the map so we can see where it's going here. It is very nearly to waypoint number 5. Out over the main part of the park and the ponds. Now it's on its way to number 6, and it looks like it's recording well, so we're good to go there. Again, I wish I had an answer for you on that. I don't like that at all. That's definitely not good. But the drone is executing the Waypoint mission perfectly. And I'm doing my best to keep the controller pointed right at the drone. There we are, and now we should have another waypoint coming up here. Boy, look at the trees. It sure is pretty, isn't it? Man. Okay, heading back towards the main part of the park here. And if you look real close, you can see me there on the left-hand side there by that sculpture. And it's going to go over the top of the picnic structure there, or picnic shelter, on its way to waypoint number 7. And I'm watching the drone just flying right by. It's doing well, and we're still recording, so whatever issue we had with recording appears to be taken care of. And we're almost at waypoint number 7. And then we're going to turn and head the other way. Back out here towards, it's going to essentially go right over the top of me here. And there it goes. You can see down, if you look down there in the community garden, it's really cool. The drone is really just right over the top of me here, right over the sculpture. Heading over the top of the community garden there, and then over that neighborhood, and then we'll turn around and we'll come back to number 8, and number 9 is right back here in the park. So it's kind of, we're zigzagging around all over the place. And how long, it's been in the air for a while here, so it's doing well. We got, I don't know, we're at about 50% battery, so I think we're going to be fine. I think we got 13 waypoints. So when we finish that last waypoint, we'll bring it in and see if we can land it, and we'll do a return to home. I always like to see how close it's going to get to the takeoff point. This drone doesn't have precision landing, but it should do all right. Boy, look at that row of trees there. I always just think that row of trees is beautiful. And we're going to, when it gets to waypoint number 9, it's going to kind of fly right along that area to waypoint 10, right before it gets to the pond, and then it's going to turn around again. Fun watching it all in action here. And whatever issue we had with recording appears to be over, because it's been recording straight here for about 5.5 minutes. So, and we're below half battery now. We're probably at about 40% or so, but the drone is not very far from us. So, and waypoints on this, you have a kind of a 300-meter range according to what it says, you know, what the messages that we were getting there. So getting ready to make another turn here. There it goes. And again, I was facing away from the drone, and you know what? It stopped recording. I was facing exactly the opposite direction from the drone. I got it started, and look at that. That stopped it from recording. So when it's weird, when it loses that FPV connection, it causes issues with recording. So, man, remember that. Make sure you're facing right towards the drone. So let's see, we're almost at waypoint number 11 there, just outside of the neighborhood. Then it's going to head over the park and over the pond, over the big pond. And that's waypoint number 12. So almost home here. Then it'll come back to 13, which will be kind of right in front of us. Yeah, so lesson there is when this drone, when it loses FPV, it stops recording. I think that's the issue is, and what happened there was, you know, I'm watching the drone just on the screen like you guys are doing, and then realized that I was turned away from the drone. So that's something you're gonna have to keep in mind. Make sure you're always facing the drone. And it's coming back across here, and we'll see it kind of to waypoint number 13. It's going to be kind of behind where I have the camera here, and I see the drone there. And it is almost there. And it stopped. And that is it should tell us waypoint mission complete. And all the waypoints disappeared on the screen, as you can see there. So it did stop. So let's get back into the mainstream here, and we are still recording. So let's go ahead and send this guy out a ways, and we'll do a return to home. I'm going to go over the let's go over the main part of the park over here, and again we're in high-speed mode, and I'm just, it's flying a lot faster now. It's almost 10 meters per second. I'm watching it pitched forward, and let's get it out. Yeah, I noticed my line on the top of the battery meter turned yellow. So let's take it over the pond here, and let's stop right there. I am going to change the speed mode. That's slow speed mode, but I'm going to put it in normal mode, and then we're going to hit return to home. I'm going to do that on the controller. I'm going to hit the button on the right hand side of the controller by the telemetry screen. Yeah, now I couldn't get that, didn't work for me the other day, but it did this time. So, and we're still recording because I've been careful to make sure I'm pointing the antenna right at the drone. And you can see where we're at there by the sculpture on the picnic table. Oh, I keep yeah, so what, that was the zoom button I'm hitting there. I always want to grab that, the scroll wheel on the left, and it's not on this drone, to control the camera angle. It's the scroll wheel on the right. So it's just the opposite of what I'm used to. So now we got the crosshairs. We can see it's going to be a little bit off of the landing pad here. I'm trying to decide if I should just let it land or not. You know what? We'll probably hit that pause button and land it manually on the pad. Coming down. Let's hit pause right there. So I hit pause. I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to go into slow mode and bring it back and get over the top of the landing pad. Maybe. As soon as I see it on the, there we go. I'm looking at the FPV screen. Oh, it's landing. It says heck with it, I'm coming down. No, maybe not. It just lowered in altitude there. Now it's going back. It's weird. I just thought, okay, it's going into landing mode. I'm trying to just ease it over the pad, and then I need to back it up just a little. Go a little bit to that. Oh, too far. Man, I knew that was going to be too much of a move. And that's in low speed mode. Boy, oh boy. You know, precise moves are not the favorite part of this drone. So let's, gosh darn. Again, I know this is probably boring to you guys, but okay. Okay, a little bit more. Come on, baby, you can do it. And then let's go a little bit this way. Straight down on that left stick. And let's see if we can get it on the pad. And we are. Look at that. We got it all on the pad. And now I'm holding that stick down. The left stick, I'm holding the left stick straight down. And it took off again. Okay. Now it said, okay. No, those motors are still going. Okay, look at that. And I was holding the left stick straight down the whole time. Okie dokie. Let's pick that camera back up. Okay, let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the Holystone HS600D. That was an interesting flight. Waypoints wise, it's not a terribly robust waypoints program. In other words, you can set waypoints, but you can't, to my knowledge, and somebody tell me different if you know how to do it, I didn't see any way to set a point of interest or to change the altitude or speed of the drone while it was doing those waypoints. And I had a couple of issues with it stopping recording. When I was, I believe it's kind of partially my fault in that the drone was behind me. I was facing away from the drone. In fact, the signal was blocked by my body, etc., because I was pointed exactly the opposite way, and I had some FPV breakup, and when I got FPV back, it had quit recording. And then the same thing happened. Well, I turned around, started recording again, and then I was pointed towards the drone, and for whatever reason it quit recording. Same thing happened to me my first flight with this guy. And then also later on in the flight, we were well into the flight, and same thing, I got a little bit pointed away from the drone and we had a little stutter in FPV. It quits recording. So that's a problem. You got to remember to hit that record button again. I mean, you shouldn't, even if you lose connection with the drone, it should still continue to record. Or, well, actually we didn't lose connection with the drone. All we lost was FPV, and that was enough to stop it from recording. Now, I wonder if I had hit the record button on the controller rather than the app, if it would have done the same thing. Another thing that I thought was odd is that I had to stop recording to see any of the flight modes in that flight mode menu, including the Waypoint mission. I don't know why that would be an issue, but that was grayed out. We had to stop recording to see the Waypoint function there. Anyway, those are just things that I noticed, but the drone flew great. It executed the Waypoint mission perfectly. So I don't know, it was a lot of fun. You got to see some of the Kleiner Park. Now this is kind of mid-October. The fall colors are in full range. I don't know when you'll see this video. It could be a month from now or even longer before you see it. But in any case, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. Overall, I want to say the HS600D, I like this drone. Overall, it's good. Those issues that I talked about aside, I'm having fun with this guy. So we'll fly it a lot more, and we'll go through a bunch of those other flight modes on there. All right, I mean it this time. See you guys later. Bye.